Hi everyone, it's Catchy aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So we are doing another skin detail, skin overlay, a showcase. The last one I did was like what, 7 months ago? It's been a minute. I did a part 1 and a part 2 for my most used male and female skin overlays, and honestly in this time where I've been super busy and I've only really been able to try and keep up with one video a week, that video has just come back around and started doing numbers. So that indicated to me that you guys might want another video showcasing some skin details. So I'm gonna go ahead and showcase some new ones that I've been using, because honestly in the 7 months since I did that original video, I've downloaded a couple more skin details, and a lot of those ones I said in that video are my favorite staples aren't actually used as much anymore, as I've gotten, you know, new ones into my catalog and started using those more. So I'm gonna go ahead and show that off to you guys. We're gonna use this CC model I have here. This is actually one of the bases I made during my 1K Q&A special. Emily Atkins, I forget whether she was first, second, or third of the females, but if you have downloaded my female bases from that video, you might recognize her a little bit from that. I did kind of throw some hair on her, and you know, because I was just testing out making her over. I never finished her, so I figured, hey, well, why not use this unfinished version of this made over base sim I made to kind of show off these skin details. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the very first skin overlay we're going to be showcasing is Frenchy Sim's Evie face overlay. I really kind of like how Frenchy Sim's face overlay, it kind of gives it like it's almost like a more sophisticated Maxis smoother look. So if you're looking for something that's very Maxis match but doesn't stray too far, like this, to me, like it gives me Maxis match, but if you were flirting with eventually ending up in Maxis mix, because it's a very detailed Maxis match. So I really kind of like this look here. So if you're into that, I definitely recommend giving this face overlay a try. There's just the one swatch, so it's either you have it on and you don't. So that's it with it on, and this is it with it off. I do have my default override, so that it kind of doesn't look the same. Like if you don't have a default override, yours without it on won't look like this, but this is what Evie looks like. The next skin overlay I'm going to be showcasing is Sweet Bee by Sammy XO. If you guys watched the previous skin overlay and skin detail showcase videos I did, you'll notice that I did showcase some of Sammy's overlays in those videos as well. They are always churning out new ones, and so I always like to test them out, because the one thing I really like about Sammy's overlays is that they're always so different. They kind of give your Sims a really unique look, and that's the one thing I really appreciate about how unique their skin overlays are. Even if you have like a bunch of them, they all kind of have their own flavor to them. As you can see, this comes with a bunch of different swatches, and as you cycle through them, you can see like how it changes the shape of the cheekbones, how in some of them you have, you know, deeper cheekbones, a little bit softer. But if you kind of want to play around with your Sims facial structure, bone structure in their face, to kind of have them have a different look, I think this skin overlay is really good for that. The next skin overlay I am going to be showcasing for you is Étoile by the Peachy Fairy. The one thing that I feel like is really signature about Jaden, and that's the Peachy Fairies, I'll just say the Peachy Fairies so it's not confusing, but the Peachy Fairies skin overlays is they all kind of have like their built-in like sheen or shine or gloss to the lips, and this skin overlay is not exempt from that. So if you want to have that look, if you're like me, I personally kind of don't like to over make up my Sims just because it's a pain. So sometimes it's nice to have a skin overlay that has like built-in like sheen on the lips or gloss on the lips, a built-in blush on the face. Like this one, like skin overlays that kind of do a lot of work for you, so you're not having to layer a bunch. Like this one kind of has built-in eye bags, built-in blush a little bit, a built-in lip gloss a little bit, and I think this one will be a good one for you to use. So this next skin overlay is Bigfoot by Ugly Sim, and this is another one that's just one and done overlay. I think I said it in the last one that the skin overlay that I use a lot is Modern Love, and it's because it adds this like highlighting to the eyelid, and not a lot of skin overlays do that. So that's one thing I like about this Bigfoot overlay. It adds that while also adding some shading to the nose area and the lips. So if you're one of those people who doesn't like to overly use a whole lot of nose overlays, this kind of does the work for you. So the next skin overlay I'll be featuring is Honeybee by Sokol, I think is how you say their name. And this one, like you said, like I've said before, I like to kind of have skin details in my roster that kind of are offbeat, so it gives my Sims a different look. And so for this one, I really like how it adds extra shadowing around the nose to make it look a little bit bigger, and there is some extra shadowing around the eyes for deeper eye bags on the top and bottom of the eyes, so it kind of gives them like a puffier kind of look, as well as having lip corner creases, which is always a nice addition to skin overlays for me, because that skin crease or that mouth crease slot tends to have a whole lot of overlap over a bunch of different skin detail textures, so I'm almost never able to use it if I want to layer a bunch. So it's always nice if the skin overlay already has that built in. This one comes in 4 swatches. This is what they look like. So this next skin overlay is the Waifu Skin by W Beauty, and the one thing I really like about this one is that it's a full body overlay. The reason why I tend to like those a whole lot is because what is going on here? Bruh. Okay, well, the reason why I like full body overlays is that it adds definition to the whole body. I don't know about you, but to me, the Maxis match detailing of the entire body tends to be very flat looking to me. So if I use a skin detail that doesn't go full body, I almost always layer it with a skin overlay that is the rest of the body, because I just like that additional detail. And this one is just the full thing. The only thing I don't like about it is that there's like these little highlights around the thigh and the shoulders, and like I could see what they were going for, but at the same time it's not blended enough for me. So I would probably only suggest you use it and have them like be mostly closed with it, because I don't know about you, but this would annoy me. So I'm gonna go ahead and cycle through the swatches so that you can see what that looks like. It comes in, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 swatches. So the different swatches kind of change what the highlighting looks like along the face, and as you can see in the last two, it kind of gives you a little bit of deeper like darkness around the eye. Kind of give that eye bag if you want deeper looking ones, but other than that, it's not a bad one. She's looking very ready for the beach. I've had this one in my game for quite a while. I use it pretty often, and it's the Mercuria skin by La Matisse. So they made this a while ago, and the aim was to make something that was a little bit more Maxis mix. And if you guys don't already know, I am very Maxis mix, so skin details that fall within that range tend to be some of my favorite ones to use, because I don't like anything that's too cartoony. I want it to look slightly more realistic but still kind of blend into the game, which to me is what Maxis mix is. So that is Mercuria. The funny thing is, I think this skin overlay came out like maybe a week or two after I made my original video, like 7 months ago, so that's what I mean by this one's not new, but I do use it quite a bit. One thing I really appreciate about La Matisse's skin overlays is that they always come in a good amount of swatches to kind of play around and see what, you know, how it changes your face. And the other nice thing about I like about most of La Matisse's skin overlays is that the last couple swatches almost always are wrinkle swatches. So if you kind of want to keep your sim having the same skin details for the whole span of their life, it's always nice to kind of grab skin detail that already has wrinkle swatches in there. That way you don't have to mess around with trying to layer, you know, separate skin details that are wrinkles onto an existing one, because that doesn't always work. And it's also a way to make sure that your sim kind of stays consistently looking the same if you're able to just keep on using the same skin detail for their entire lifespan that comes with a wrinkle swatch. So this is the last one we're going to showcase in our skin overlay video, and don't be upset, this is just a part 1. I'll be coming back with part 2 because I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of all the skin overlays I've been kind of playing around with and that I've gotten brand new lately. So we're going to go ahead and just make this a part 1, and we'll be releasing the part 2 later. But the last one in today's video that we'll be going over is the squid overlay by Mother Plants. I really like this one. It's so pretty. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mercuria, but I don't actually know the reason why, because I honestly don't really think they look that similar to each other. As you can see, it comes in 4 swatches. This first one has like some slight freckling on the face that I really like. As you cycle through, there are some swatches that don't have freckles, but I think the main difference is both the freckle swatch, the difference is just the difference between the shadowing around the nose. You get deeper ones here and here, and then you have 2 more that does that same thing just without the freckles. So that is the squid overlay. But we're gonna call it a day for this one, you guys. I will come back in another video to kind of showcase some more, because I have a lot of skin overlays I think that y'all ought to try. So go ahead and go do your CC shopping of these skin overlays. You know you'll want to. The link to all of these goodies is in the description down below. But as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
It's always uncertain. I'll find somebody more deserving. Yeah, could have had me at 100%.